Hi, good morning, everyone. In yesterday's session, we have seen what is object, what are the different types of objects available in Salesforce. We have seen standard and custom objects, what are the governor limits for that. And we have seen different ways how we can create custom object by using schema builder, by using developer console. So in today's session, we will see how to create custom object. Yesterday we have seen how to see objects in different ways. So we will create custom object now. Here we are seeing all tabs here. These are the standard tabs provided by Salesforce. In the behind, there are custom standard objects for these tabs. So today we will create our own custom tab. We get requirement from clients to create custom tabs as per their business requirement. This is used to store data. So we will go to Lightning and see how to create that. This is the navigation for that. We have to go to Object Manager. Go to this is the application we have customized from sales to HDFC sales. Go to setup here. The setup object manager option is here. Here it will show all the objects available. Click on create. We have to create custom object. And it will ask few screens. Here give label. Now we have to create object for HDFC sales. HDFC sales is the application. In this application, there are different insurance policies. So for that policies, to enter policy details, we are going to create a one tab and one object for that. Policy is the object and policies is the corresponding tab. This is the object. This is tab. This is to store. This is to input. Yes, yesterday we have discussed whenever we create custom object, it will create a tab and it will create business logic behind this, between these two. Salesforce will take care of that. We don't need to create any business logic. It will generate business logic automatically. Now we have entered into that screen. Enter label name, that is policy. This is nothing but object name. We have to give plural name. For every object, there is corresponding tab with plural name. Then give description, what this object will do. It is used to store insurance policy details. This is just to understand. So next one is keep it like this. Open the standard salesforce.com help and training window. If you have our own visual force page, we can do it. We will know about this later, about this visual force page when we go to development. Record name is policy name. Yesterday we have discussed whenever we create object, internally 5 fields will be generated. For tab, these 2 are generated. When we create object, when we create object, 5 fields are generated. This is common for standard object and custom object. These are standard fields. These are the standard fields. Whenever we create object, even for standard object as well, these 5 fields are mandatory. Yeah. These 5 fields are created. And for tab, two fields. See this. This is the record name and this is the data type. These two are generated and owner name will be there. It will come automatically. But here, whenever you go to interface to enter data, it will show only policy name. Owner name will come automatically. Internally, these 5 fields are created to store data. This is external. Whenever we create a field, it will have name and data type. So externally, it will show now name and internal, it will show owner name as well, but it is by default our username will come. We will see that now, how it will come. Remember this. This is the record name, that is policy name it will give while entering the record. Now we have to enter, it should be allowed in all reports. This object, whenever we are creating report, this object should be included in reports. If you don't allow this in reports, it won't come in reports. There are different activities for each object. We have to allow it in all activities. Track field history. If you make any changes to this object, it should track. Last 18 months history will be tracked here. This is allow in charter group. Like whenever we need requirement from some customer support or something else, it should be allowed in the charter groups. This object should be allowed. We should be able to include this object in charter facility. So these 4 fields we have to select. Deployment status. It should be deployed. If you don't select this deployed, we cannot use this object. If it is in development, we cannot use it because it is not deployed yet. If you select this, then only we can use this object. In development means we are making some changes to it. It is not yet deployed. It is in development stage. We cannot use this. So allow in such, give this. Select these two. add notes and attachment related to default list page layout. This option we will discuss now when we get this topic. So launch new custom tab. Like we have tabs for every object. If you don't select that, it won't create tab. So now save it, because now our requirement is to see object and tab. Click on save. Now it is showing tab options. Object is policy. For that we have to select tab style. It is just color or something. You can select something. This is a policy detail. I am selecting flag. We can select something. So keep it as it is. This is the tab for policy object. To enter. Next. This is the screen. It should be allowed in all the profiles. When profiles topic comes, we will see. Right now, keep it default. Apply one tab visibility to all profiles. This tab should be available to every profile. Even if you go to sales application or anything, it should show for any kind of user. There are different kinds of users. We will discuss those things. System, right now we are the system administrator. There are different users. For those users, for everybody, this tab should be visible. Click on next. These are the applications. All the applications, sales, service, marketing, whatever the applications are available in this, all custom applications. So include tab in all the applications. So if you go to any application, sales or marketing, this application should be visible. Click on save. So see now. This is the API name, internal name, policy __ C. This is the custom object. That's why it has __ C. See, this is the custom object. Singular label is policy, plural label is policies. We have allowed in reports, track activities, track field history. It is in deployed status. We have selected the standard salesforce.com help window. So this is how we have created custom object. Now we see what are the fields and relationships are there in this. I have said 4 standard fields will be created whenever we create custom object. Created by, last modified by, owner, and this is the policy name. Name, owner ID, last modified by, created by ID. This is who created this, who modified this, who is the owner of this, and what is the name of. We have selected policy name and text. And where is record ID? It is for internal purpose. This record ID we don't get here. Record ID is created internally. Whenever we enter input from external tab, that time record ID will be generated. Is generated by Salesforce for internal use. Only developer or administrator can see. So that we can do through programming. That we will see in development sessions. Externally, we can see only name and owner right now. So these 4 fields are created, and internally record ID is created. Total 5 fields. It shows only 4 items here. It won't show record ID. Now how we can see this? Go to that say HDFC application. See whether we have got policies tab or not. It takes some time to show. See here. We have got policies tab. Internally, policy object is created. Externally, for user interfaces, it has created. Now see. Now there are no policies. Till now we have not created any policies. Click on new. It will show two fields. Policy name, owner. Here policy name is some health 300. See here how many it is showing, policy name it is showing, owner it is showing, created by, last modified by. These four fields it is showing here. Internally, one record ID is created. These notes and attachments we have selected. Activity we have selected while creating the object, allow in all activities. When we select activity, allow activities, we are allowing object to create events, to set email alerts, to have log a call, new task, all these things we are allowing. If you don't allow in all activities, it won't show this option. Notes and attachments at the end we have added. We have checked that box. Check box is selected. That's why it is showing notes and this is the detailed view of the record. Externally, it is showing only two fields when we select on new record. This is what creating new record for policy object. And enter one more policy. Click on save. It is showing four fields. These are the four fields. One more field is record ID internally. Two fields is showing in UI, user interface. Internally, it is creating five fields. Whenever we create object and corresponding tab, in UI, it will ask us to enter input. There two fields are there, name field and owner field. While creating, it is showing two fields while creating tab. After creation of tab, for input, it is showing name and owner. Name you can input. Owner, it is giving by default. Whoever the user, logged in, whoever is creating that record, their name it is taken. Internally, it is creating these five fields. After creating, it is showing after creating record. It is from UI. It is creating these 4 fields. These 4 fields are displaying. And record ID is for internal purpose. Because here we are doing it as end user. Record ID is not showing because of security reasons. It should not show to everyone. Whenever we are doing operations, we are retrieving. Based on record ID only, it is displaying. Record ID contains, go to this record ID, record now. So it is showing recent records. Click on this record. See this. This is the record ID in the URL we are seeing. We have discussed in previous sessions. This is the record ID. This is the custom object. 005 is the object ID for account. This for policy. This is the custom object. This is the custom object. From here it is the record ID. This we can only see. By using this, we can perform different operations. So now we have created tab. Observation is object policy is created with policies tab. This policies tab is visible in all the applications. Tab is visible in all the applications. So go to other applications and see whether this is available or not. Now we are in sales application, HDFC sales. We go to some other application, Bharat Biotech. We have created one custom application. See this policies is available here or not. In the last screen, we have selected, it should show in all the applications. So this policies is available. In this org, whatever the applications are available, for those applications, policies will come automatically. Whenever we create custom application, that time it will ask us to, it will be show all the tabs will be shown in the left side. Whatever the tabs you want, you can select. It will move to right side. Then that time it will come here. So this policies tab is available in entire org now for all the applications. Existing applications. In future, if you want to create any application, for that application as well, we can use this policies object. Sometimes we get requirements from client. I want only for this application. Client might use different applications. They might get requirement to create custom tab, custom object in only sales application. Client is using marketing, sales, and service applications, because if they are into any business, they use these 3 applications. But object requirement is only in sales application, not in marketing or service application. That time we select only the tab or object required only in sales application. That time we select only sales application. In the last stream, which we have seen, this is the 13. Visible to all profiles, visible to all applications. This is the navigation I put in YouTube video description link. You can go through that and you can practice. Now, write down questions. Here, custom object policies. Custom object policy should be visible to all profiles and should be available to all applications. So you will get this requirement directly from client. In the user story, it will be assigned to you. You have to understand this requirement and you have to create this. I will show you in the next session. We will get some more requirement to create fields and object. Now you create this object. We have to create fields. That time we need to understand all data types. After that, you will get one requirement document with 30 fields. We have to finish that. So that time we will get complete understanding of how we create it in real time, how we create custom object in real time, and how we create fields, how we get requirement. That we will see. Now questions are, what is custom object? When we get requirement to create custom object, this is whenever client get business requirement for an object or tab, that time we get. Simple answer. What are the standard fields created when we create custom object? These are the important question in interview. 5 fields are created. What are those fields? What are the 2 fields shown in UI when we are creating the card? So it will show 2 fields. 5 fields are created internally. These are the different records available. in the accounts tab. Now you move to HDFC sales. Go to policies. This is the question I have asked in the last. Can we input owner name in UI? No, we cannot input because it is by default, whoever is logged in, that owner name will come automatically. Only we have to enter policy name. Name. In generic, it is name. We have created object with policy. That's why it is policy name. Can we create object without tab? Can we create object without tab? Because now if there is a tab, there is an object, there should be a tab. What is the use if there is no tab to input if we create object? Might be we get requirement from client. They don't want to show the tab. They don't want to create tab. But how to use that? How to use that? So tab is collection of user interface. It is used to manage record in the object. If tab is there, we can create record, we can edit record, we can delete, undelete, we can view the records. If tab is not there, if object is there, this tab is not available. How you will input data? This tab is available. That's why it is giving, it is provided some user interface. There you can create new record. You can edit this record. If you want to delete this, you can delete this record. This is provided. This all user interfaces are provided automatically when you create a tab with the object. We have selected that last option. But if you don't select that last option, if you don't create tab, if client has requirement only create object, then what, how they can manage that object? This tab is used to manage object. If this tab is not available for end user, they cannot manage records. They cannot enter record. They cannot create record. Here we are creating record. End user will get this screen. They will enter. That time, what we can do is we can manage records without tab. First option is programmatically we can do. There is import wizard available. Third-party tools are available. Through third-party tools, we will load the records into this object. Data loader is there. These are the different options available. Even there is no tab, we can create without tab, we can create the object. Still, we can manage the records. Because everything you should be able to do. Some things there are mandatory, but Salesforce has given this facility. Without tab as well, we can create object. That is just to store data. Might be they are storing some confidential information. They don't want to show that. So if tab is not available, how to manage records without records are objects without tab? We can make it programmatically. Import wizard we can use data loader, we can use third-party tools. So now what we do is we create custom object employee without tab. You don't create tab, just create object. With policies tab. Tab should be visible to all profiles here, and it should be all applications. This is the first requirement. Now we will create object because employees they internally load. They want to load internally. They don't want to show any tab in any application. In sales application, service application, that is for customers. Why they want employee details to show to their customers? They want to use internally. They want to load their employee details internally. Insurance policy, HDFC want to load employee details internally. So same process. Go to object manager in the setup. Now create new custom tab, custom object. Label employee. Rural label employees. Object name it automatically give. This is object is to store employee HDFC employee details or employee details. So this is same employee name. This is record name. And data type is text. If you want to change data type, there are only text and auto number is available. So you can write this question answer. What are the different data types available for record while creating object? Where this is custom object definition in its screen. In next, this is this first one. This is the first section, custom object information. This is the first section. In the next section, record so every screen is important. Once you practice in this way, you will get grip in the screens. So it will be easier for you to crack interviews. And while creating application as well, it will become handy. Within 10-15 seconds, you can create tab or object. If you know these screens, if you practice it well. If you don't read all these questions, if you don't observe everything, it will be somewhat difficult because it is lengthy subject. You need to practice well with every question. So optional features are there. What are the different? Can you switch off your video? What are the different optional features? While creating object. So I have given everything. This is the first option, allow reports. It should be allowed in reports. This activities is to set alerts and reminders. This, when you select this track field history, we can see last modified history for 18 months. Whatever is created, if anybody created any record, if they delete record, if they do modifications to any record, you can see all the history. That is to track field history. If you change record name, if you change any record name, that we will see. Policy name, if you have changed, it will show this user has changed this policy name from this to this. This is the old value, this is the new value. So whenever you select this, if somebody has modified this, immediately owner of the record will get alert in charter group for modified records. If you select this option, these 4 options are very important. Immediately in charter, owner will get response. This record is modified with this value. This is the old value, this is the new value, this is the time, and this is the username who has changed this record. What is allow reports? What is track field history? What is allowing charter groups? These are simple basic questions, but this time these are important. In interview, they might ask these questions. What is meant by track field history? For how long you can see track field history? Did you work on charter groups? If somebody has modified record, how you will get alert? That time you should have selected this charter, allow in charter groups. This option has been selected while creating the object. Then owner of that record will get alert. Because when you create that record, you are the owner. If somebody has modified that, you should get alert. This record has been modified. And you should track that history for 18 months. You might miss chart sometimes. Later you have realized that somebody has modified this record. Who has modified that? 10 users are available in the org. Those 10 users, they are doing something. for the record. You should know which user is doing what. In the bank account, if you deposit 10,000 in one branch, it should give which cashier has modified this change. 10,000 plus 10,000, 20,000 it has been done. You have deposited 10,000. Sometimes cashier has made only 9,000. 1,000 rupees is not created into your account. You will call bank. Then they will understand who has modified this. Customer has deposited 10,000, but there is only 9,000 credit. And if you create that field, you are doing something like you want to set some email alert for this policy. If this policy is changed, that time whoever has in that policy, they should get email alert. That policy should be generated in every report. So I want to see how many policies, this policies, how many people has taken this policy. All those things we should do. No. So I am allowing in reports, allowing in activities, track history, allowing charter groups. So this is by default. It should be in deployed because if you want to use it, it should be in deployed. Allow in search. When this setting is enabled, your users can find records of this object type when they search. You have given this record previously, new health 300. If they search with that new health 300, any user, this record will come. What is allow search? If you search for that record, that policy name, it should come to all users. So yarn nodes I am giving, and this I am not giving. Launch new custom tab because we are creating object without tabs. What do you mean by this? Because if you allow this, you can add notes and attachments. This related list and page load we'll see in next session. Then click on save. If you click this, tab will be launched. Now we are not launching this. Click on save. See the same screen. Employee __ C. This is the custom object. Employees. We have enabled reports, track history, track activities, track history. It is deployed. This is. See, these 4 fields are created. Any custom object you create, 4 fields are visible. 1 field record ID is internally stored. It won't show here. So now we have created custom tab. What is the navigation for this? This I am not mentioning separately. It will become lengthy. In this navigation, you just skip this tab. This you have to skip. When you create object without tab, you can skip this. And also this next steps it won't ask. If you create tab, if you launch tab, then only from 10th it will ask. Otherwise, only save till this point is it is enough. And we can wait. create policy object with policies. Now, after it is done, now we are creating object. These are the two navigations. Now, what happened? We have created object. Now, can we see that tab in any application? Go to HDFC sales. We have created employee object, but we have not selected tab. So it is not showing. Policies it is showing. Employees, there is no tab. We have not created. So now what happened? Client has said we are using one application for employee salaries. Now we want to create tab of existing custom object. Now they want to create tab for existing custom object. What to do now? So we can create now. We can create tab for it. Can we create tab for existing custom object? Yes, we can create. How to create now? What types of tabs are available? There are 5 types of tabs. Customer may want, they want to input directly. Employee object does not have tab to manage records. Client requirement is to create tab for employee object. Now what they want to do, they want to input. Input data. They want to enter employee name, whoever is joined in the company. They want to enter employee name. They want to enter employee name from tab. They want to input. That time it is called custom object tab. This option is used to create tab for the custom object which does not have tab. That custom object should not have tab. That time we can create custom tab. Custom object tab we can create. Whenever you go to that option, it will show object which does not have tabs. It will show only those objects. We'll see now how to do that. These are the 5 different tabs are available. Second tab is web tab. If you click on the tab, if you click on policies, this is the custom tab for custom object. If you click on this, it is showing this screen. If you create custom tab, it will show this screen. In this, it will generate, you can create new records, you can delete, undelete, you can view record. It is created this kind of user interfaces. It is generated different kinds of user interfaces for custom tab, for custom object to enter input from the user. What they do is, what their requirement is, we have some external party, third party. They are making payrolls and they are taking care of everything. Payroll we are not taking. Then what we do is, we create a tab for that object. Whenever you click on that object, if you click on this object, it will redirect to their website. If you click on this, it is showing this screen, but it will load their website, third party website here. It won't show these screens. So that time it generated that kind of user interface based on the URL which you give while creating. So now I am giving Naukri website. It will show Naukri tab. It will launch because my payroll is taken care by third party. If you click on that tab, should load their website. You might see many companies use third parties for payroll and other maintenance. So they give their website URL and user ID password for us when we are working. So next, Visualforce page tab. We can create our own Visualforce page. If you have that page URL available, you can give that in place of Naukri.com. In place of their third party tool, you can give Visualforce link. Lightning page is available. Lightning component tab is available. There are Visualforce pages, Lightning pages, Lightning component. You can redirect to particular Lightning component. This is the latest one. It will load only that component. For example, if you take this policy, now this is one component. You can give this component details. It will load only this. If you click on this, you observe this screen. It is loading only this component. Here it is not changing anything. It is not loading anything. All this, everything is remains same. URL is not changing when you are clicking here. If it is Visualforce page, it will load entire URL. Entire page will be refreshed. This is the component based framework. So create tab now. How you can create tab? You can go to setup. Search for tabs. So this is the custom object tab. Click on new. Now whatever the objects in this are, if they don't have tab, it will show here. Only employee object doesn't have tab. If there are other objects without tab, it will display here. Select that. You have selected new custom object. So write down, you can write down, I will write down this navigation as well. So it is showing all options. You want to create custom object tab, web tab, Visualforce tab, Lightning component, which one you want to use? Lightning page tab. So using a custom tab or employee object. What objects it shows while creating tab, custom tab. Object which does not have tabs, that objects will be displayed here. Navigation is set up. Okay, fine. Tab. Tabs. This is user interface. Or else you can write user interface, whether right. Tabs. You can in quick you can give directly tab or you can go to user interface tabs. Click on these tabs. Click on custom tab, objects tab. So remaining is same. When you click on new, after selecting object, you have to select tabs type. Something you can select. Without selecting tab style, it will not allow because it is mandatory. Don't give anything here. Tab for employee. Click next. All the screens are same. Allow in. Allow for all profiles. Click next. Allow in all applications. Same. See this? We have two custom object tabs now. For policies, we have done previously. Right now, we have done this. So all the tabs are shown here in the tabs option. Select object. Then select tabs type. Enter description. Then select for all profiles. Default on. You don't need to do it. Just click next. Then select for all applications. Click on save. So this is the navigation. Now this is showing tabs here. Now go to your application. Any application you go, because we made this tab available for all the application, it will come here. So employees came here. If you want to see it in top, you can customize this tab and you can remove. one or two tabs which you don't want. These are called navigation items in Lightning, tabs in Classic. This employees came here. Go to employees, click on new. It will show name and owner. Owner it won't ask. We can't give input. Employee name some other. Save. Card is created. These are the details. Madhu owner is created by C. Madhu Samskara IT. Owner name at this time and date. Record ID it won't show. Create one more. Save this. These are the employees in the organization. So this is how you can create custom tab, custom object tab. Now I want to create web tab. Why I want to create web tab is customer requirement is that create web tab. Same thing, go to setup, user interface, tabs, or quick find directly tabs. User interface will be somewhere else. Yep. In this you can see tabs. Okay. Now we have to select web tab instead of custom tab. So here web tab, click on new. So you want full page width or two columns. You can select two. I am selecting two columns. So select page style. Select page style. I am selecting this second. Anything you can select. Tab label. I'm giving this style. These are all mandatory. Content frame 600. By default, it is there. I'm giving this. Description. Naukri. So here you have to give nothing no, required. Here give URL. Which one you want to do? preview. Just viewing, it is giving like this. Next. So allow for all profiles, allow for all users. See this, one of this tab came here. Write down navigation. Enter URL. Enter label. Then click on save. Allow for all profiles. This is comma. So we will see this tab is available in all application or not. Go to app launcher, open HDFC sales. The tab should come here. Finish. Naukri came here. When you click on this, see this Naukri opened or not. Here it is open like this. From here you can access. You can search Salesforce. It works same like Naukri here. This is how you create web tab. Now assignment is create web tab. Tab is plural in general. Do we need to give explain custom tab, explain web tab. Do we need to give plural name for web tab? No, not required. So this is all for today's session. I keep these navigations in these questions and assignment in YouTube description link. You follow it and you can do it. When you are going to YouTube link, you just like it and comment. Then I will understand you are going through these sessions and you are doing assignments.